Okay, so let's discuss past 7 about statement of cash flows. So statement of cash flows, this statement provide information on historical changes in cash and cash equivalents. So for the past period, okay, magkano yung nadagdag, magkano yung nabawas sa cash and cash equivalents, saan nanggaling, saan napunta. Okay? Also, it classifies cash flows, either inflows or outflows man yan, into 3 activities. So we have here, operating, investing, and financing. Kung ano yung mga example cash transactions under each activities, saka natin papaliwanag maya-maya onte. Next, it provides insight into the entity's ability to generate cash and manage cash flows. So anyway, let's define muna yung cash. Okay, or other term yan, money. Okay, pero sa accounting, syempre maraming mga item na pwede natin ma-consider as cash. So cash on hand, like bills and coins, yung alam natin. Okay, in Philippine peso, of course, 20 pesos, di ba? 50 pesos, 100, 1,000, so on and so forth. Even yung mga barya. Okay, 5 piso, 10 piso. Okay? Or even yung mga denominated in foreign currencies, di ba? US dollar, yen, tama, dinar, so on and so forth. Also, cash din yung mga checks. Okay, like certified checks, cashier's checks, manager's checks, personal or commercial checks. Okay, by the way, certified checks, yan check na yan, secured yan. Okay, kasi yung bangko, verified niya na yung pinanggalingang pondo may laman. Okay? Ganun yan. Ang cashier's checks or manager's checks, ganun din yan, secured. Pero ang pinagkaiba nito, ang certified checks kasi ang nag-issue, okay, yung mismong company or yung mismong business. Tapos binawas dun sa fund, okay, or dun sa account niya. Okay, pero ang cashier's checks or manager's checks, check yan ni bangko. Okay? Ginawa ni bangko in behalf of the depositor or yung company. Okay, so again, cashier's checks, manager's checks, check yan ni bangko. Binawas sa mismong fund ni bangko din. At ang nag-sign ng cheque, mga bank representative. Okay? Klaro po yun. Now, bakit ina-avail yan ng company? Okay, kasi itong si company, yung mga supplier niya, okay, or even the government agencies, okay, nire-require sila na ang pambayad sa kanila, okay, ni company or ni business, itong mga to, cashier's checks, manager's checks. Biruin mo naman na yung cheque mismo is cheque ng bangko, talagang secured yon. Tama? Pero of course, bago ma-avail ni company yan, ni business yan, babayaran niya si bangko. Okay? Either talagang magbibigay siya ng pera doon sa mismong bank or ibabawas na lang, no? I-debit na lang doon sa bank account na meron siya doon sa bangko na yon. Okay? So anyway, yung dalawang kasi na yan class, normally ginagamit yan for large transaction, no? Large amount of transactions. For example, bibili ng building, bibili ng lupa, di ba? Bibili ng machineries, or magbabayad ng taxes na malalaki yung amount. Okay, especially manager's check. Yun kasi yung purpose ng manager's check eh. To pay a large amount of taxes, no? Doon sa, for example, BIR nga. Okay? Yun yung gamit niyan eh. Ang cashier's checks, yun, sa mga real estate normally. Okay? Now, ang personal or commercial checks naman, ito naman ay pera din, pero of course, hindi natin sure kung may laman yung pondo na pinanggalingan. Yung bank account na pinanggalingan. Kung may laman man, di rin natin sure kung enough. Okay? For the amount presented doon sa mismong cheque. Okay? Of course, personal, related yan sa individual transactions. Okay? Commercial checks is related sa business transactions. Okay? Ang bank drafts and money orders, pera din daw. Ang bank drafts, okay, ang nag-i-issue niyan, of course, bangko. From the word itself, no? Bank drafts. So parang ano din to, cashier's checks or manager's checks. Okay? So parang i-avail din yan ng company or business. Okay? And for a certain amount, pwede silang gumastos, no? Gastusin nila yon at bayaran nila kung ano yung gusto nilang bayaran. Pero normally, ina-avail ulit to, Okay, ganitong klaseng bank draft na to for large amount of transaction. Okay? Ang money orders, ganun din. Okay, parang bank draft din, pero ang nag-issue hindi si bangko. Ang nag-issue, other financial institution. Okay? For example, MoneyGram, Western Union. Yeah. Okay? Even post office class, no? Nag-i-issue ng money orders. Kilala to na nag-i-issue ng money orders yung post office ng US eh. Okay, meron silang ganun eh. Okay? So anyway, ito naman ini-issue normally pag maliliit yung mga transactions. Okay? Kaya lang more secured pag bank draft kasi bangko mismo yon. Okay? Next, demand deposits. So ito yung mga account, okay, na ino-open mo sa bangko, of course, checking account, current account, savings account. Okay, checking account of course for ano yan, payment, okay, disbursement, okay, ng company. Okay? Or even mga individuals, no, for their payment of billings or kung ano man. Okay? Ang current account ganun din. Okay? Ang savings account naman, ito naman is more on for saving purposes. Pero if you will notice, iba na yung ano ngayon eh, ino-offer ng mga bangko eh, no? Checking account at the same time parang savings account. Current account at the same time parang savings account. Okay? So, yun ang labanan. Okay? Parang hybrid siya. Okay? E-wallets naman, of course, alam na natin yan. Yung mga naglipa na ngayon ng mga e-wallets tulad ng GCash, di ba? Maya, okay? At kung ano pa. Next, yan. Take note para masabi natin cash, dapat yung cash na yon or yung mga item na nabanggit natin kanina ay available for any purpose. Kumbaga, hindi siya restricted. Okay? Dapat unrestricted para masabi natin cash. Okay? Now, meron lang tayo ditong ipo-point out what we call bank overdrafts. Okay? So, pag sinabi natin bank overdrafts, over na yung nagamit mo. Okay? Kasi ang bangko kasi may limitation yan kung hanggang ano lang yung amount na pwede mong gamitin. Na normally, kung ano yung amount na nilagay mo doon or dineposit mo sa account mo. Okay? Yun yung normal na dapat mong gastusin. Pero minsan, inaalaw nila na sumobra ka doon sa kung ano yung dineposit mo. Depende naman sa arrangement mo yan with the bank. Okay? So anyway, bank overdrafts occurs when a company or individual withdraws money or more money from their bank account than what is available. Yun nga, katulad na nasabi ko kanina. Resulting in a negative balance. So, negative balance pag sinabi natin bank overdraft. Okay? Now, offsetting a negative balance or overdraft in one checking account against a positive balance in another checking account within the same bank, again, within the same bank may be allowed under certain conditions, such as when the entity has a legally enforceable right to offset, typically through a cash management arrangement with the bank. So, may times kasi, no, depende sa arrangement to ng company tsaka ng bangko na ang isang account niya, to be specific checking account, kapag nag-negative, okay, pwede yung i-offset ng isa pang checking account, okay, within the same bank okay, dapat within the same bank. Pwede yung i-offset, pwede siyang i-accommodate para in effect, okay, zero yung isa naman nabawasan. Okay, walang negative. Okay, parang ganon. Tawag nila dito, ano eh, parang cash pool. Okay, cash pool arrangement. Okay, parang automatic, kung ano man yung nag-negative na isang checking account, okay, i-accommodate nung other checking account na positive yung balance. Okay? So, take note, nangyayari yan or na-allow yan, okay, as arrangement with the bank kapag parehas yung checking account na inopen mo sa isang bangko. Tama? And obviously, you have the right, no, to offset kasi nga may ganung arrangement. Okay, yung company with the bank. Okay? Now, kung sakaling wala, sabi dito, offsetting is not allowed when the entity has no legally enforceable right to offset. So, kung wala na pag-usapan, wala na pag-agreean, and therefore, that bank overdraft should be classified as current liability. Okay, syempre, overdraft ka na, di ba? Lumagpas ka sa limitation, dapat bayaran mo agad-agad yan, sabi ng bangko. Okay? And take note, offsetting is not allowed when accounts are in different banks. Of course, obviously, wala ka dong legally enforceable right kasi magkaibang bangko yun eh. Tama po ba? So anyway, ano naman ang cash equivalent? So parang pera. Okay? By the way, these are short-term, highly liquid investments were pertaining only doon sa mga investments sa debt securities. Okay? Again, when you have investment in debt securities, the relationship, okay, of the investor and the investee is as if creditor and debtor. Actually, not as if. Okay? Talagang creditor and debtor ang relationship. Okay? Yung nag-invest, nagpautang in effect. Okay? At yung pinag-investan is debtor. Magbabayad siya later on ng principal amount tsaka interest. Okay? Doon sa investor. Okay? And of course, this cash equivalent is or should be readily convertible to known amount of cash, and it should have insignificant risk, okay, when it comes to changes in value. Now, in practice, no, these cash equivalents are typically maturing within 3 months or less than that, no, from the time na inavail sila. Okay? Pero take note, etong 3 months rule na to is not an absolute rule. Okay? Parang ano lang yan, general guideline. Okay? May times kasi sa ibang company, as their policy, no, na, for example, merong inavail na investment in debt securities, tapos within 4 months bago siya mag-mature, okay, they can still classify it as cash equivalent. Depende naman kasi yan. Actually, if I may say, no, pwedeng hanggang 6 months, pwede mo pang makonsider yun as cash equivalent. Okay, sa practice nga lang, nakasanayan na 3 months or less. Okay, from the time na inavail up to the maturity, pwede siya maging cash equivalents. Pero again, okay, hindi siya requirement mismo nung standard, okay, nung past 7. Walang ganun na rule. Okay? So, anong example ng mga cash equivalent? So, we have here treasury bill, normally issued by BSP or Bangko Sentral, certificate of deposit, okay? Simply time deposit, okay? Commercial paper, okay? Normally corporations ang nag-a-avail niyan. Money market placement, okay? Pwede ring business pero na-avail din yan ng mga individuals. And also redeemable preference shares. Okay, klaruin lang natin. Di ba sir, ang preference shares, in effect, equity securities yan? That's correct. Pero di ba sabi mo ang cash equivalent ay investment lang pagdating sa debt securities? That's correct also. Pero ito kasing wording niya, redeemable preference shares. Okay, so may specific kung kailan magmamature yung investment na yun sa preference shares. Normally kasi pag ang investment mo is in equity securities, walang maturity yan eh. Walang specific maturity date. Pero since klinaro na dito na redeemable preference shares, from the time na in-acquire mo yan, yung company na nag-issue ng preference shares, panigurado kukunin nila yun mula sa'yo pabalik sa kanila. Okay? Pero of course, dapat yung maturity date nun within 3 months pa rin from the time na in-avail mo. Okay? Kaya in effect siya ay considered investment in debt securities in substance. Okay? Another short-term investment in debt securities with 3 months or less, pwede natin makonsider as cash equivalents. Now, again, hindi siya magiging part ng cash equivalent kung yung mismong yun na item na yun is restricted for use. So, dapat unrestricted siya para masabi natin cash equivalent. Okay? So, meron tayo ditong illustration. On December 31, 2024, ABC Incorporated had the following balances. So, patignan na lang, class. Ang tanong lang naman, on December 31, 2024, what amount should be reported as cash and cash equivalents? So, pakita na natin yung solution niyan. Ito yon. Yan. So, we have BDO checking account, number 101, BDO checking account, number 102. Kung makikita nyo dito sa problem natin, parehas silang inopen sa BDO, no? Pero yung isa, negative. Okay, again, pwede bang offsetting dyan? Pwede. Okay? Tama po ba? Kasi in effect, okay, pwede natin maisip na maaari may cash arrangement, cash management arrangement with the BDO, yung mismong ABC Incorporated. Tama po ba? Pwede natin masabing gano'n. Pero sa totoong buhay siyempre aalamin mo 'yan, hindi mo puwedeng sabihin na automatic 'yon, okay? So for problem base, we assume since parehas naman ng, bangko, magkaiba lang ng, checking account number, pwede nating i-offset 'yan, okay? Kaya sinama natin dito sa solution. And then we have, BPI checking account, negative balance, so overdraft. Pero take note, ibang bangko 'yan, so we will not consider it as part of offsetting. Okay, anong treatment sa kanya? This bank overdraft, eto nasa baba, is not allowed for offsetting since it is from a different bank, therefore treated as current liability. Okay? So we have PNB savings account, of course, pera 'yan. Ito 'yon. Petty cash, pera din 'yan, 5,000. Cash in vault, 35,000, pera din 'yan. So total cash natin 2,140,000. So next, ano naman yung mga cash equivalents? So tatandaan mo lang yan, we have time deposit, money market placement, okay? We have commercial papers, treasury bill, tsaka yung mandatory redeemable preference shares na of course 3 months or less from the time na in-acquire sila until maturity. Okay? Now, pag sa problem, walang sinabi kung 3 months or less, we assume cash equivalent yon. Within 3 months yon. Okay? Pero ulitin ko, kung natandaan mo, ang 3 months, hindi yan talagang rule ng past 7. Yan ay naging parang practice, okay, sa business transaction. Okay, naging practice siya na 3 months rule. Pero hindi naman talaga yan binanggit ng past 7 na dapat yun ang basehan para masabing cash equivalent. Okay? So anyway, dito, time deposit, walang sinabi no kung 3 months or less, pero alam natin cash equivalent yan, kaya kasama. Ito yon. Money market placement, 1 million, kasama yan. Commercial papers, kasama. Silent kasi. Okay, this time, ang treasury bill, dalawa. Okay? Yung isa, 90 days, treasury bill, tapos mag-due siya February 28, 2025. So kung isipin mo, kung 90 days yan, 3 months yon. Tama ba? So pasok yan as cash equivalent, kaya kasama siya dito. Unlike yung 180 day, hindi yan kasama kasi lalabas, ano yan, ilan yun? 6 months? Tama ba? So hindi yan kasama. Pero ang treatment natin dyan, ito, short-term investment. Okay, kasi within 1 year. Tama? Next, we have mandatory redeemable preference shares. Silent lang siya, no? In substance, yan ay investment in debt securities. Kasi nga, mandatory. So, may maturity date. Okay? Klaro yun? So, since silent ang problem, we assume na within 3 months yan. So, pasok din yan. Okay? Ito yun. Okay? Next. So, by the way, ang total cash equivalents natin, 2,650,000. So, pag tinanong ka magkano total cash and cash equivalents, pag-plus lang natin yung dalawa. Okay, ito. 2,140,000 and 2,650,000. So, we have total cash and cash equivalents, 4,790,000. By the way, yung huli, investment in equity securities, 350,000. Hindi yan cash equivalent kasi nga, una sa lahat, hindi siya investment in debt securities. Okay? So normally kapag investment in equity securities, long-term yan eh. Okay? So sabi natin dito, treated as long-term investment. Pero of course, depende yan sa kailan siya naiisipan na kunin. Okay? Pwedeng maging current din yan. Depende yan. Klaro? So illustration 2 tayo. Okay? So if you want to answer it, you may stop the video muna. Okay? Temporary. Then try to answer it. Okay? Now, pag ayaw mo naman, pwede mo namang ituloy yung panonood. So, let's answer it now. So, illustration 2 tayo. Same pa rin, no? Pero medyo nadagdagan ng mga items. So, dito, sa illustration 2, yan, pakita na natin yung tamang sagot. Of course, we have Metrobank checking account, 2,800,000. Okay, Metrobank and Trust Company. Okay, checking account, Metrobank, in other words. 2,800,000. Okay. Cash yan. Security Bank checking account. Take note, ibang bangko. overdraft to, so hindi mo pwedeng offset. So, ang treatment natin dyan, current liability. Ito yon. Okay, nasa baba. Okay? Next, video savings account. Pera yan, kaya meron tayo dito, 250,000. Petty cash, 12,000, kasama din. Bills and coins, 20,000, kasama. Cashier's check, kasama yan, 100,000. Money orders, eto, 60,000. Cash yan, ha? Huwag mo kakalimutan. Okay? And then, sa cash equivalent, meron tayong certificate of deposit or simply time deposit, 500,000. Ito yon. 5 months money market placement, hindi. Kasi nga 5 months siya, no? So, hindi yan pasok. Okay? Pero, ano siya? Short-term investment. Ito yon. Okay? And then, money orders, cash yan, no? Commercial papers, yan. Cash equivalent yan. Silent, eh. Okay? Wala naman sinabi. So, we assume 3 months. Then, 180-day treasury bill. O, take note. Kung isipin mo, ano yan? 6 months, no? Pero, klaruhin natin, ang cash equivalent kasi, from the time na in-acquire mo siya, dapat 3 months or less bago mag-mature. Wala tayong pakialam kung ano yung original term niya. Basta from the time na in-avail ni company, 3 months or less siya until maturity. Okay, so pansinin mo dito, October 31, 2024, tapos ang due date niya, or yung maturity niya, January 31, 2025. So, bilang mo dyan, November na, no? November 1, 2024 hanggang November 30. Okay, that's 1 month. Then December, then January. Pasok, 3 months. Kaya kasama yan dito. Okay? So, ang total cash equivalents natin, 1.6. So, to answer the question, total cash and cash equivalents, you have 3,242,000 na cash and cash equivalents na 1,600,000. So, the answer would be 4,842,000. Okay? Yung mga other item tulad ng redeemable preference shares, 7 months maturity. Okay, so 7 months, short-term investment, hindi cash equivalent. Tama? Yung non-sufficient fund, NSF check from customer, pera sana yan, kaya lang talbog yung check ni customer mo. So, ang treatment natin dyan, balik ulit sa AR. Okay? Sayang, bayad na sana, pero talbog pala. So, balik AR. Okay? Investment in associate, investment in equity yan, securities, no? So, normally long-term. Okay? Next, restricted account in foreign banks. Okay? So, for this problem, you need to convert, okay, yung equivalent peso niya. Okay, pero hindi natin siya sinama, of course, kasi nga restricted. Okay, 'di ba sabi natin pag cash or cash equivalent dapat unrestricted, free to use. Okay, so for this scenario, restricted siya. So, treated as not cash or cash equivalent. Okay? Pwede siya maging current or non-current asset. Depende dun sa nature ng restriction. Okay? Klaro yun? Okay. So, I hope okay tayo dyan.